guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new series on my channel. So I'm starting a new series called Interior Architect, and basically I'm going to be doing a bunch of apartments and doing the interiors each with a particular theme. So today's theme is Scandinavian. I've already recorded a Hollywood glam interior and I've done a boho one as well. So it's basically just going through all the different types of interior design and trying to replicate them in The Sims. And I will be using custom content for these ones because I want to try and get, I guess, as close as possible to what that particular interior design is like. I'll also be kind of doing some sort of research for each of the homes so I know like what I'm doing. So I did do a bit of research for the Scandinavian one that I'm doing now, and the features that were sort of consistent among all the reading I did was that they have very light colors, so lots of creams and whites. Something I actually didn't know at all is Scandinavia is very cold, and because of that it's sort of, I guess, a bit dreary. So they have a lot of natural light, big windows, lots of plants, lots of other ways to brighten up the house because they can't get, I suppose, like the sunlight. And apparently they're not like overly cluttered. And one thing that I noticed in a lot of them is that they had some blank walls. So in this build, you'll notice that there's like not a painting on every single wall. There's not, a shelf on every single wall. There's a couple of walls that are completely bare, and a couple of walls that, while they're not bare, they're not overly cluttered or anything like that. So I tried to do, I don't know how to explain it, but it was kind of, from what I, like the pictures I saw and the research I did, there was some clutter, but not over the top messy clutter. So it was like neat clutter. So I didn't clutter up the kitchen too much, and next to the kitchen I do put a bookshelf, and that's probably the most clutter in the entire home. Apparently they don't use carpet very often. The only carpets tend to be like rugs and stuff. So this is very white, very cream, very light. There's lots of plants, and there is no carpet at all in this entire build. So I really like how it turned out. I think that it is really, really cute. And the apartment that I'm actually doing this in at the moment is Penny Pizzazz. It's her apartment, and I think it's my new favorite apartment to do like builds in and stuff, because I don't know, it's a really good size. I guess when I think of apartments, I don't like doing really big ones, because for me, apartments are a smaller kind of thing. And I know that you can get really big apartments and stuff, but I just prefer to do small apartments when I do my building and everything. So it does take me some time to get the right clutter on this bookshelf, because I just, as I said, I didn't want it to be like over the top clutter, but I still wanted the shelf to be full, not empty. So I mainly put like a lot of books in there, because I was sort of reading on one website, and it was saying that oh no, sorry, I wasn't reading. I was looking at pictures on one website, and nearly all the pictures had like bookshelves and people in their Scandinavian home with like a blanket reading a book. So I wanted to incorporate like some books in this build, because I figured whoever lives here, it's cold out, they want to sit inside and read a book and all that kind of stuff. And as I said, heaps and heaps of plants. I just really wanted it to be really open and bright. So I had to just move that wall back a little bit so I had enough space to put in the like the lounge room and stuff. But we're doing the dining room now. This is only a single person apartment. It's definitely not big enough for more than one person, or I mean, you could fit 2 Sims if they were like sharing a bed. But I do move the dining table over to the left a little bit, and I end up putting the lounge room where the dining table is at the moment. Overall, this came together pretty quick though, and I think this apartment was perfect for the Scandinavian build because it had all of those really lovely windows in it, and those windows, in my opinion, are just perfect for apartments and these kinds of builds. So I have already recorded a Hollywood glam build, and I recorded it in Penny Pizzazz's apartment as well for the same reason. It's just a really good apartment, so you might see these a lot in this series. And just for reference, I'll be trying to do this series once a week. So so far I've got boho, I've got Scandinavian, and I've got Hollywood glam. So if there's one particular style you want to see me try and replicate, comment down below. Yeah, so here we are just doing the lounge room area and the dining. Swapping it back over, and I also changed that table up because I just kind of thought that the square table just flowed a little bit better. And then I also put this really cute, like, kind of comfy chair there. I think that one just sort of matched a whole lot better. And more plants. There's just plants everywhere. And that custom content plant that's just like hanging up in the corner, I love that. I'm not going to link all the custom content below, but I will link the creators that I use. So if you are interested in some of this custom content, still check the links below. It won't be individual pieces that I link. It's just going to be like, what do you call it? Like just the creators that I've used. So yeah, I really, really, really love this little kind of lounge area. It's just it's a kind of space that like I would have in my home. I really love that sort of white and cream color, and I love that it looks out into the city. I just think it's so beautiful and bright. And I didn't put curtains on any of these windows because I really wanted this house to be super bright, even though it is, I guess, like a smaller home, and I wanted it to still look sort of big, because that was, I think, another thing that they try and make their homes look bigger than what they actually are. With the Scandinavian homes, because before this I didn't even know what a Scandinavian home or apartment was. I had read or seen like reference to Scandinavian, and I've seen some people do speed builds of Scandinavian homes and apartments, and I'm like, what is that? Like, I never even heard of that before. And then when I googled it, I was like, oh yeah, okay. And I actually think that my personal taste would be Scandinavian. Like, out of all of the speed builds I've done, this is one that I feel is like I'd kind of live in this house. Like, this is very my style. It's definitely inspired me to do like my dream home kind of build, because I think that this is sort of my little dream home. So anyway, what I'm trying to do here is I wanted it to look like there was a seat at the front there. So I put that little bookshelf down there, and the whole idea of it was that I thought, you know, you'd come inside and maybe you'd have like really big snow boots on or something, and you'd sit on that little bench near the door and you'd take your shoes off and hang your coat up and do all that sort of stuff. So that's what I was kind of trying to replicate with that little thing there. It would have been cool if I could actually make it a seat. And in hindsight, I probably should have used one of the seats that we already do have in the game. But I really just liked the way that little wooden seat looked. So that's what we got. So I'm just doing the bathroom, apologies. We're just doing the bedroom now. And this is one that does have a big blank wall in it. And it was so hard for me to leave that wall blank. I was like, no, I can't have a blank wall. I just can't do it. But there is a blank wall. I end up putting like a painting on the left wall, and I move that painting off above the head, and I just leave it blank, but I put a couple fairy lights there because I just can't leave it 100% blank. So it's still, in my opinion, that's a blank wall. There's just a few little fairy lights there. And then I put the walk-in cupboard here as well. I thought that just kind of made the bedroom look pretty good. Because the bedroom is so small, it was going to be hard to fit in like an actual dresser. So it was just heaps easier to put in that thing there. And then this is the wall. I nearly left this wall blank as well, but I just couldn't do it. So I end up putting those really big paintings there. I feel like you could take away those paintings, or you could even take away the fairy lights, and it would still look okay. It's just me. I can't do plain. Like, it bothers me. Actually, I can do plain, I can't do bare. I don't like doing bare. So yeah, then I just put this nice little seat here near that window because I thought maybe the sim would come and read there. And then that wall there was totally blank. So that was a big step for me. So we're just quickly doing the bathroom now, which again is very plain. And the build is nearly over. This was just a quick one. So I'm just going to leave you with some music. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope to catch you all in another video. Bye!